Greetings, I'm Darvain and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6, where we are Cirrus. We're currently at war with Alexander yet again. You know, we have this thing where we just go to war all the time. So, let's see, we can damage you. Damage you. We need you. We're going to go with one. You need to expand your borders a bit. So make peace, and they offer us horses 6 gold for peace. Okay. Obviously they can rebuild some of their walls, I think. If you could kill a unit with a spearman. Build 2 harbours. Oh, we could do that. Might be good. Cartography. Feudalism civic. We can't be that far off from getting that, surely. And we've got alliance, so we could get some knights. Actually, I might leave that. Don't know about the 2 harbours, but the extra gold is always going to be good. I've got plenty of fishing boats, so... Oh, such a short memory. Such a short memory. Let's have a... Well, it'll be interesting to see how they will improve this. What sort of... Yeah, it would be interesting to see what sort of way they use to... Well, there's lots of little ways they can improve it. Most definitely. Lots of little tweaks, but for a big expansion they're going to want to do something. I'm not entirely sure what that would be. Mainly because we've got 2. Then we go up you. Right, sounds mainly because most of whatever they would put in it has pretty much already been done. When they've got religion, and I suppose the World Congress needs to come back. That's always good. We haven't got a World Congress, so... And they will need to do... some sort of future mod as well. simply because all you get for the far future is new units. You don't get anything else. Local 54, settler. Let's check what we're getting. Harbour coming. Got a settler. Builder's already out, so we don't need to worry about the builder yet. A trade, don't need to do that. So let's see what districts we're being offered. Don't want a holy site, even though, yeah, that might be a good place, but I'm not likely to stay there. A good place, I'm not likely to stay there. Encampment, possibly. Harbour +3, okay, so Harbour is looking good. There's those 2 harbours then, if I can get them done in time, but maybe not. The 2 harbours will be done, but not because it'll save absolutely nothing. But I told you I am not swapping out for my boosts. Not yet, anyway. Let's see. Spices. Yeah, so it's hard to see what they would do to improve this, other than increasing the mix of units, maybe changing some of the things that are weird. I mean, it seems funny that bombards are siege engines, yet field cannons, which are classic artillery in the thing, are actually classed as ranged units, and are the upgrade for archers. Well, it's slightly more cohesive because you had the problem that the range units took the role of archers, had the role of archers up until gunpowder, because you had archers, swordsmen, whatnot, and then it went to gunpowder, and you basically had close firepower, ranged firepower, and so forth. So basically, it seems somewhat stupid. But on the other hand, it's like, well, we must. How do you do it? Which one goes obsolete? Do you obsolete the range units, or do you obsolete the? Do you obsolete the range units? Let's see, we've got over here. Put you over here, I guess. Do you obsolete the range units? Do you obsolete the melee units? You know what? Sure, you can go over there. We'll go build it. We'll build the oracle. Well, you just the changing nature of warfare. They say it kind of doesn't make sense because you're kind of like, well, that what happened? Melee units become obsolete. because in a way firepower will become range. So well, it would be interesting, for example, if they did that maybe in a future one where, because musketmen have always been considered not exactly has been considered not range units. They're just, we blow stuff up because we're gunpowder units. Okay, so I mean I can see, well, given the range, but considering rifling and everything will just basically improve the range. Of weaponry.
My liege, we are beginning to attract the attention of the great people of the world. Of course, there are other leaders vying for their attention too. The more specialized districts we construct, the more we will draw in specialized great people to share their talents with our civilization. I advise that we continue to build these.
Well, it may just be a simple case that okay, you start up your major, you start up doing your range units. You start upgrading them so they become not your melee units upgraded, become musketmen range, and you change it like that, because you see that in, I think it was after some RTS games. I think Wiser Nations did it, for example, where basically the dynamic of war changed as you went into that new age and developed the technologies. Rather than trying to keep the same dynamic throughout history. I mean, yeah, in the early thing, the invention of slingers and range units. I mean, even starting with slingers, for example, they could do a prehistoric one. And warriors with clubs. I mean, what about times when we were punching each other with our fists? Before we started developing tools, I mean, that might be interesting. One based around, you always get the future expansions, but what about one based on right at the beginning? You know, let's see, take you over to here. But I think that in terms of aspects of, I mean, corporations would be another one. That's often come up. See what they're doing. Open borders. They want to give us, this is it, they want us to give them wows and silver and diamonds for 17 gold and 9 gold per turn, and open, they want to give us open borders. Yeah, I'm not having that. You don't think that's... What about more gold per turn? No, that's basically what you're offering me then. Diamonds, Silver in Wales. And open borders. Fine, okay. Got nothing else to offer you, but yeah, okay, well fine, we'll have that. That's not bad. You haven't denounced me yet. So I mean, denouncing is key to declaring formal wars, I think. And then you get the Cassius Belli, which is interesting, but how many people actually use it? How many people actually use Cassius Belli to put forth a case for going to war? It's a bit complicated. Then I guess it makes sense, but when the AI simply doesn't care about war weariness, if they want to go to war, they're going to war. It's that simple. They don't need to have a reason other than their agendas, which will make them unhappy, and then they'll start denouncing you and setting up for a formal war anyway. Cassius Belli just makes no sense in that regard. To be fair, they need. I mean, that would need to be beefed up with the World Congress, for example. Join a World Court where you basically ban the ability to declare war without a Cassius Belli or something. I don't know. I've never used a Cassius Belli through any sort of war. But then as a turtler, I mean, the only other thing you can think of, I mean, Warweir is Gandhi, for example, has stopped being the super peaceful, but yeah, that's nuke everybody that he's rumoured to be, because he now has an agenda where we will never ever declare a war that he can be considered a warmonger for. So he might declare war at the beginning when there's no penalties, but after that, he's never going to start a war. Cassius Belli or not, he's just not going to start a war. See, where are we going here? There's a camp up there. Question is that easier to get to just by going back? Probably. from where we are? Probably. Yeah, we've been denounced. Because, I mean, this is going to be like, how can I denounce? Let's see, our relationship is nothing. Minus 500, no, unknown reason. Unknown reason, unknown reason, unknown reason, unknown reason. 500. We've attacked, we've stole their settlers. Yeah, that 500's going there massively. But the unknown reason, I mean, or whatever that, I don't know what. I don't even think I need to know what his unknown reason is, to be honest. Let's just say we are never going to be friends with Alexander. Never. It's just not on the cards. I mean, personally, I think the timing's of it, because it takes absolutely ages to build anything. Which, in terms of getting the technology, I can sort of. A marathon game is huge, but is about right. When I set on quick difficulty, yeah, the thing to get units is about right, but the technology is too quick. Even on higher difficulties, just too quick. Right, you should be looking at somewhere where you can. Okay, so maybe spending time building up defences for my cities because I'm a turtle is a bit. You should at least, if you get new technology, have time to build most of everything before you start getting new stuff. Surely. There's a 3 there for food. What are you doing? 2 and a 1 production, okay. 2 food, 1 production. Yep, we'll have that. Leaves us with something and what next? Settler trader. Settler builder. What are we doing? What have we got? Settler here. So builder being built somewhere, isn't there? Have they used the builder already? I think I used the builder already, not using the builder. enough. New builder then. Because everything is rather sad now. Now it only takes a turn. I don't know. I'm guessing what I'm saying is the pacing just seems off. And it always seems like you cannot build a massive military if you're trying to build up your towns. You always just sort of lag behind, even on, I mean, you're supposed to get build bonuses and everything. In fact, the only time I've seen anybody be able to amass such an army is if they're not building other stuff. I mean, technically I've got enough. Feudal lords in your realm want a champion to defend their lands. Perhaps mounting an armed warrior would be the trick. Acknowledge your stoicism, ask consider it. I suppose technically...
We have uncovered a way to increase our farming output. To tap into this potential, I suggest we try to maintain 2 adjacent farms to each plot of farmland.
I mean, technically, I mean, if you look at all the archers I've built, you could say, well, I've already got an army. I mean, there's no reason why they can't just come out and probably just murder whoever. But it just doesn't feel right. Looks like if I'm going to get new advances, 1, 2, 4. That's 8. Get more than that going to Pella. Before I even bother doing Pella, Hattusa is still the best. For that, I like my money too much. Mercenaries have 8 land combat units in your military. Let's see how we're doing with this. We've got what? Feudal contract, sorry. Limes. Yeah, actually. Combat unit 1 fighting barbarians. There. To keep the gold. Campment districts and buildings for that district. I suppose I could. Well, I've sure got plenty of money. Serfdom, 2 new builds, scripture, land surveyors, urban planning. Option towards settlers. Might go with something like that actually. Urban planning, let's speed things up. Right, I've only got 2 trade routes, so that's plus 4 gold. So it might be worth switching that out. I'm going for some serfdom. Which means more builders. And my builders last longer, basically. There. Go with that, that should adjust things up a bit. So I basically lost, I think it's 13 gold a turn. But probably sped up everything. Probably that is. Let's see what we've got. Bring that in. Bring it over here. No. I mean, I almost never go with science districts, simply because I find the game is a bit too fast in terms of advancement. I mean, it could be because I'm playing on settler. The bonus, I don't exactly know what the bonus speed is. It always seems like completely unbalanced, but I would assume the bonuses, you'd also get bonuses towards production as well. So, like, the bonus is an overall game speed thing, not just let's see where we go. Rather than that and then making more, I can do that. Anyway, enough of my waffling about how this is going to improve. This has been Darvain doing Let's Play Civilization 6. If you like what you see here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment, and until next time, goodbye.